I'm here with Rob Ford. We're talking about the elections and voters' essays. Question 4. Do women and men vote differently in Britain and America? How has this changed over the past 50 years?
Okay, well the first thing you're going to want to think about in this question is the term vote differently. This may seem like a relatively straightforward term, but in fact it could be interpreted in a number of different ways. It could be about whether or not men and women back different parties at elections. It could be about whether or not men and women, different factors actually play into the vote decisions that they make. It could be that they have differential propensities to vote at all, or it could be that they understand the political decisions that they face in different ways. So there are more than one way to interpret the term vote differently that's at the heart of this question, and you're going to need to think about and defend a particular choice on that. You're then going to need to think about the issue of change. First of all, consider the evidence. What is the evidence that male and female voting patterns have changed over the past 50 years, that we've seen a change in the gender gap in voting, or in the reasons that men and women prioritise different issues and so on. And then you need to think about the big question of why. If there has been evidence of systematic change, what mechanisms might account for this kind of change? And finally, you may want to think a little bit about the question's premise. The question says women and men, men and women. Those are very large, very diverse categories. Should we be analysing voting behaviour on gender in terms of those huge, diverse categories, or should we really be thinking about gender differences in voting behaviour within smaller subsections of the electorate? So, for example, gender differences within ethnic categories, gender differences within class categories, gender differences within generations. Would that give us a more accurate and more interesting picture about the story of gender in electoral politics?